Okay, nice work, everyone. Make sure to fill out your I-9s, and we'll see you on the next one. So, what do we do now?
Welcome to Hubba, a Muppet quiz show brought to you by toughpigs.com. It's your favorite quiz show that's not like the others. Here, Muppet fans, Muppet professionals, and everyone in between competes for fabulous prizes and to see who's this week's toughest pig. I'm your host, Becca Petunia of toughpigs.com. Last season on Hubba, we did 2 episodes about 2 of the original Muppet movies, The Muppet Movie and Muppets Take Manhattan. So many of you probably figured that we'd do one this season on the remaining Henson-era Muppet movie, The Great Muppet Caper. Well, here's the twist. We're not doing that. Instead, we're fast-forwarding to the 7th sequel to the original motion picture, with this episode on the Muppets' other comedy heist, Muppets Most Wanted. This movie is so much better than the public wants you to believe it is, and if you haven't seen it in a while, you probably should pause this podcast and watch it, especially if you have the extended edition on Blu-ray. I mean, unless you're driving. Watching Blu-rays while driving is illegal, and then we'll have to throw you in the gulag. As always, these questions were written by me with help from that amazing Muppet resource, Muppet Wiki. And hey, speaking of Muppet Wiki, let's agree to play fair. Not even Constantine would be so evil as to cheat at a Muppet quiz game show podcast. So let's start off by meeting our gullible Muppets in a game I like to call To Tell a Face. Contestants, you will buzz in to answer 3 questions about yourself. Whoever buzzes in first will get introduced first. Ready? Go. David, what is your name?
My name is David Levy.
Okay. And David, what's your history with the Muppets?
Well, if we're going in reverse chronological order, I am currently one of the co-hosts of the podcast Muppeturgy, which is a show-by-show look at, or an episode-by-episode look at the Muppet Show, where we do sort of a deep dive into what's going on in each episode. Who are these songs? Where do they come from? Who are these guest stars? Why should we care about them? We have a lot of fun. And of course, I've been a Muppets fan since I was a wee tot.
And often, the answer Muppeturgy comes to is we shouldn't care about these guest stars or songs.
I don't know if that's true. I care deeply about them. I can't tell you how many times I've listened to Leo Sayer in the last couple of months.
I'm so glad you guys enjoyed that episode because I love You Make Me Feel Like Dancing.
What's not to love?
So, and my third question for you, what's your opinion about Muppets Most Wanted?
You know, this is a film that I didn't much care for when it first came out. And every time I have seen it subsequently, I've liked it a little better. And now I think I kind of love it.
I should ask, have you seen the extended version on the Blu-ray? I'm the person who's always encouraging people that they gotta seek that out if they don't have it.
I have seen all 3 available cuts of the film.
Okay. I think the extended version is better than the theatrical version, but that's my take. And great. Either way, that's 20 points right there. Now, let's move to our second contestant. Julia, what's your name?
My name is Julia Gaskell.
And Julia, what's your history with the Muppets?
Like most people, I grew up with the Muppets, but outside of that, I think it's actually been officially a decade. I've been writing for toughpigs.com, a little website I think y'all have probably heard of. And I had a Muppet podcast, 8 years ago called Frog Kissin', and, just generally ripping the Muppets and giving big ups to them on the internet, I guess.
Yeah, frog kissing, you guys were ahead of the curve. This was before, now everyone has a Muppet podcast.
So that was great that like it was before everyone had a podcast, but at the same time, because podcasts were so still new, we had no idea what we were doing. So it was a little bit of a cluster, but still fun, still worth doing.
And Julia, what's your opinion on Muppets Most Wanted?
I really like Muppets Most Wanted. Kind of like David, I think that my opinion on it has grown over the years. I do genuinely enjoy it and think there's a lot of great music, a lot of good jokes. That said, I do think that this is the Muppet movie I have seen the least because it is newer than all the other ones. And it came out after I graduated college. And in college, I had so much time to just binge all the existing Muppet films. And now I'm an adult with a stupid job and I have less time to go back through the things I love. So I have seen it a number of times, but we're gonna see how today goes. But I do like it, to answer your question.
Yeah, see, the secret is you, like me, need to be an adult where your stupid job is a teacher, because that means that most days I don't have enough time. But for the month of July, I've been rewatching Fraggle Rock.
You've got all of the time.
Just sitting on the couch watching Fraggle Rock. It's great. But anyway, you also got these 3 questions correct. So you've also earned 20 points. And now let's hop onto our train and head to our first stop, our generic trivia mishmash that we call the Remembering Game. There's a lot going on in Muppets Most Wanted. 3 separate plot lines, multiple European cities, and even some Mildred Huckstetter action. In this game, you'll be asked to remember specific details from the movie. It's kind of like a general anything goes kind of round, which is exactly the way that Constantine and Dominic would organize a Muppet show. Each of these questions is worth 1 point. Buzz in to answer, but please wait until I finish reading the question so that our friends at home can play along. Here we go. Question 1. Name one act that Miss Piggy performs on the Muppets World Tour. David.
She sings My Heart Will Go On.
She does sing My Heart Will Go On. Can you name the other one?
She sings Macarena.
She does sing the Macarena. Question 2. What act does the Electric Mayhem perform on the World Tour? David.
They just do a 10-minute long jam that we, I think in the extended cut, really only get Animal's drum solo. But from what I hear, they filmed the entire thing and they each got to take a extended solo.
See, here you go. You're answering all of the questions. In the context of the movie, it's supposed to be hours long because we see Walter staring at the clock. But they did actually film a full 10.5 minutes of this number. I don't know where that footage is. It's not in the extended version, obviously.
Thank
God. But Ed Mitchell wrote an entire 10.5 minute song that the Electric Mayhem performs, and that was filmed.
Whoa, I don't think I knew that. Wow.
Question 3. What is the name of Jean-Pierre Napoleon's tiny Interpol car? David.
I know this isn't right, and it'll maybe dislodge the memory for Julia to get it right, but is it the Megamobile?
It's not the Megamobile. You're thinking along the right line.
I don't even have a guess, and I just watched it. Nope. It's just gone.
It is Le Maximum.
Ah.
The Maximum.
Yeah. Yep. There it is.
And if you remember Disney Infinity, you could get that as a vehicle in the Disney Infinity video game that can't be played anymore.
Yeah.
Question 4. While Walter and Fozzie eventually figure out that Kermit has been replaced by Constantine, who is the only Muppet who knows something is wrong from the get-go? Julia.
Animal.
It is Animal. Question 5. In We're Doing a Sequel, Gonzo suggests a romantic movie starring him and Camilla. What does he say this movie should be called? Julia.
Gonzo with the Wind.
It is Gonzo with the Wind. Question 6. What hobby does Constantine start when he is most stressed? David.
Knitting.
It is knitting. Question 7. Scooter and Beauregard mistakenly believe Christoph Waltz is from which country instead of his actual home? David.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Australia.
It is Australia instead of Austria. Question 8. Danny Trejo is a triple threat. A singer, a dancer, and... Julia?
A murderer.
A murderer. Question 9. Before Kermit starts whipping them into shape, what song do the Gulag prisoners have planned for their review? David?
Is it End of the Road?
It is not End of the Road. It's a similar song. I can see why you'd think it's End of the Road musically. Julia, any guess?
I know it's Boys to Men, right?
It is a Boys to Men song.
But I can't remember which one it is.
It is You Belong to Me
Yep.
by Boys to Men. Question 10. The first club in Germany where Kermit wants the Muppets to perform is a small venue that is aptly named... David?
The Hole in the Wall Club?
The Hole in the Wall Club. Absolutely. All right. Well, nice work on the remembering game. Let's move into our classic head-to-head game.
Beat the time!
In the best song in Muppets Most Wanted, I Can Get You What You Want, Constantine explains that he can make Miss Piggy's dreams come true, offering her several rare and exquisite presents. In the full version of the song that is on the album and the extended cut, he offers 15 different things to her. In this game, you'll take turns naming these things. Starting with Julia, you'll name a thing that Constantine can get Miss Piggy. Then we'll go to David. You'll take turns until we run out of gifts or neither of you can remember any. If you take too long or you get one wrong, your opponent will have a chance to steal. Ready?
Okay.
If you want these things, Constantine will give it to you. Julia?
A unicorn.
A unicorn, correct. David?
A cockatoo.
A cockatoo, correct. Julia?
A puppy dog.
Correct. David?
A mortgage loan.
A mortgage loan. Julia?
An ice cream cone.
An ice cream cone. David?
A Hollywood star.
A Hollywood star.
An American car.
An American car. David?
A home in Malibu.
No, the cockatoo is in Malibu. I don't think they explicitly say a
Oh.
home
Yeah.
in Malibu. I'll double check, but
You may be right. I mean, you're probably right. You know this better than I do.
well, I had to look it up to write these questions.
But I did listen to it today thinking that this was going to be the round.
I did as well. There were a couple things I went through where I was like, this is definitely going to be asked and I
Yeah.
should be familiar.
Never says a home in Malibu. It's literally just a cockatoo in Malibu. It's never a home in Malibu. So
All right.
we'll bounce back to Julia.
Oh my gosh, I got so out of order for everything. Okay.
You're welcome.
It's David's strategy.
One,
Making me look stuff up to
I know.
distract you.
Well, and I can't remember the very first thing that was said. If it was either, I can't remember if it was either kangaroo or cockatoo that has already been said, but one of them has been said. And I think, did David start with cockatoo? And so then kangaroo is another one.
Kangaroo is
Okay,
correct.
cool.
Yes.
I didn't want to repeat. Cool.
David?
We may have reached the end of my memory on this. A thingy thing.
A thingy thing. Absolutely. Julia?
A diamond ring.
Diamond ring.
See, I was hoping if I
thing.
went with the second half of the rhyme, you wouldn't remember the first half.
I know.
David? There are still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 remaining.
Okay, what rhymes with unicorn? I don't suppose you would accept the answer anything you want, would you?
No. I guess
that's literally offer that.
Yes, he does. He does. Okay, you know what, David? I'll give you an extra point for that. Julia, anything?
He does offer the moon, but then says, let me see what I can do.
Can you be more specific? It's not the moon.
It's not the moon.
It's.
I know what it is.
Is it trip to the moon?
Yeah, it's
okay.
Go to the moon.
Go to the moon. Okay.
David? Two of these things rhyme. There's 4 things remaining, and 2 of them do rhyme with each other.
And presumably the other 2 things rhyme with things we've already said.
Not necessarily.
Some of them are weird slant rhymes.
Well, yeah, I mean, Brett McKenzie is not the best rhymer to begin with.
Fair.
He's not the best rhymer. He has a thick accent, and he's trying to be funny. So these might rhyme. I'm not sure. Maybe in his voice.
I think I am running on empty here.
Julia, do you have anything? Can you steal?
I've got 2 more at least. One of them is a taste of fame.
One of them is a taste of fame, absolutely. David, anything? Does that clue you in?
No.
Julia?
And that's rhymed with a little cupcake.
That is rhymed with a little cupcake.
Oh, right, the little cupcake.
For what it's worth, David, you were asking what rhymes with unicorn in this song? Puppy dog.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
David, any idea for the other 2?
No.
Julia, anything?
No, I'm drawing a blank on the last 2.
All right.
That's all I got.
The last 2, which do rhyme, even with my New York accent, are satin pillow.
Oh yeah.
And
armadillo.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, still pretty good. And you got the ones that are only on the album as well. So that's something. Let me just total this up here. All right.
Oh, but you're not going to tell us.
Oh, I mean, I could.
You don't have to.
It's a real close game. David, you've got 31 total points. And Julia, you've got 32 total points.
Wow, that's neck and neck.
Because David did better in the first round because he was faster at buzzing mostly. And you did better in the second round because you remembered that cupcake rhymes with fame.
Because I listened to that song like 4 times today.
And either way, you've all made my dreams come true. And now it's time to talk about something completely different in a game I call Mystery Guest. As we're doing a sequel, so clearly explains, Muppet movies frequently feature Hollywood stars and one-liner cameos. Muppets Most Wanted is no different. Not only are there many guests, but many of them appeared with the Muppets in other productions, whether it was prior to this film or afterwards. I will tell you another time a celebrity has worked with the Muppets. Your job is to identify the celebrity based on that description. As always, wait to buzz in until the question is finished. Each question is still worth 1 point. Question 1. She once had a whole Christmas special co-starring the Muppets that we all loved and still watch every year. Julia,
Lady Gaga.
it is Lady Gaga.
I don't think I've ever watched it because I've
Also,
heard.
I think technically it was the Thanksgiving special. It aired on Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah.
Julia, you didn't, because that was back like still when we were like big on Muppet Tumblr, when that was a thing.
That's true.
Like,
so
that was like shortly after. It was like 2012 or something,
yeah,
right?
it's
like,
either that I did watch it and I have buried it deep in the recesses of my mind, or like I couldn't watch it like day of, and then I heard enough about it where I was like, maybe I can skip this one.
I have rewatched it within the last year.
Yeah, I remember you
Wow.
telling me that.
Yeah.
I think when you were on the last episode. Yeah, no, it's
Not great.
it is bizarre how bad it is, because that feels like it should be a great pair. I love the Muppets. I like Lady Gaga. I don't love Lady Gaga, but I like Lady Gaga, and she's certainly entertaining. And you put them together, and it's nothing.
Yeah. Cool. Maybe I'll have to give it a go for like one of my Christmas articles where I make my boyfriend watch a Muppet thing he's never seen before. So
well, the question is, do you want to stay with your boyfriend? Because all right. Question 2. He appeared 2 Muppet movies earlier and was seduced by Miss Piggy. Julia.
Ray Liotta.
It is Ray Liotta.
R.I.P.
Yeah, recently.
Mm-hmm.
Question 3. She was happy to meet Harry Monster in a song from the Elmo Palooza album. Julia?
This is probably a bad guess. I'm going to guess Selma Hayek.
It is not Selma Hayek. Good guess. David, can you steal?
Oh, was it Tina Fey?
It is not Tina Fey.
She's not a cameo, but
it is not Tina Fey. It was actually one of the only musicians who was so big that even though this sketch was not included in the Elmo Palooza special, they put it on the album anyway. Celine Dion.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It was 1996 or 7 when Elmo Palooza came out, so they had to get Celine Dion somewhere.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Question 4. Johnny Fiamma was almost too starstruck to perform alongside this singer who he idolizes. David, I'll let you, even though it was a little early.
Sorry, Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett, absolutely.
My favorite episode of Muppets Tonight.
It's a great episode. Question 5. He's appeared in both original Disney Plus Muppet productions, A Ghost in Haunted Mansion, and Making Mexican Food in Muppets Now. Julia.
Danny Trejo.
That is Danny Trejo, a triple threat. You guys literally buzzed in at like the same time. Like my computer had to refresh to show me who buzzed in first. Question 6. Kermit gave a eulogy in a late episode of her TV show. Julia?
Is it Tina Fey?
It is Tina Fey.
Okay.
I'm counting Tina Fey, David. I know she's not
No, that's
technically
fine.
a cameo. But yeah, there's an episode of 30 Rock where Kermit gives the eulogy at Jack's mother's funeral.
That's right. I couldn't remember whose funeral it was,
Yeah.
but it seemed he would fit in just being on 30 Rock with the tone of that show.
Yes. Question 7. He once sang Elmo a celebrity lullaby about the letter N. Julia?
Is it Ricky Gervais?
It is Ricky Gervais. The sketch is funny. Ricky Gervais is funny in this movie.
That's it.
That's all we need to say about him.
Otherwise, I'll move on. Question 8. On a WWE Raw Halloween episode, he showed Miss Piggy his actual tattoo of her and Kermit. David?
Hornswoggle.
That is Hornswoggle.
I spent all day repeating the name Hornswoggle myself because I knew it would come up.
David, do you know Hornswoggle's real name?
I looked at it a lot today, but it has not stuck in my brain.
Julia, any chance you know
Well, so my boyfriend's a big wrestling fan,
Okay.
and so I did ask him. It's Dylan. It's his last name only has one vowel. Is it Prostel? Prodel?
You are so close. It is Dylan Postel.
Postel.
Postl.
Yeah.
And since that appearance, he now has even more Muppet tattoos, apparently.
Yeah, I read that he got some more to commemorate meeting the Muppets.
Yeah. Question 9. He's done so many things with the Muppets and the Sesame Gang over the years, but most recently he sang I Love Trash with Oscar on Elmo's Not Too Late show.
I mean, this is a guess.
David?
Was it Usher?
It is not Usher. Good guess.
I mean, if I'm gonna have to do a guess as well because I'm not entirely certain. Would it be?
I know who it is.
This feels like a bad guess. Is it Jermaine Clements?
It's not Jermaine Clements.
Yeah.
Good guess.
I can't do another
David,
guess, can I?
For no points, tell me.
Is it Josh Groban?
It is Josh Groban.
Oh yeah. I'm like sitting here being like, who would sing? Who is it? And I'm like,
right.
Jermaine was in Flight of the Conchords.
Yes, he sure was.
Just forgetting Josh Groban.
Yeah, I thought it would be too easy to go with some of the more memorable Josh Groban things, like dating Miss Piggy on that one episode of The Muppets.
Mhm.
Well, he did a whole music video of Rainbow Connection with them, right?
Yeah, and what's her name? The violin player who everyone loved for a while there, and then we kind of just forgot about.
Lindsay Sterling, is that
Lindsay
what's her name?
Sterling,
Yeah,
that's her
right.
name, yeah.
I forgot about her.
Yeah, no, again, we all loved her, like in that one period.
She was super popular on Tumblr back in the day.
And final question in this round. He appeared as an incompetent sound engineer in the music video for the Ben Folds 5 song, Do It Anyway. Julia?
This is also a guess. Is it Rob Corddry?
It is Rob
Cool.
Corddry. Great guess. And that, of course, was the music video that brought back the Fraggles to our screens. Weirdly enough. All right. Well, speaking of guests, let me tell you a quick story. In 2014, Joe Hennis and Ryan Rowe of Tough Pigs hosted a special Muppet Vault event in Brooklyn, where they screened Muppets Most Wanted to celebrate its release on DVD and Blu-ray. And I guess I should mention, for those of you listening at home, if you don't know, or for our guests if you don't know, Joe and Ryan used to do these amazing events in Brooklyn called the Muppet Vault, where they rented out this room at the bottom of a bar, and that bar has since burned down. But they rented out a room at I forget the name, but I know it doesn't exist anymore. But they would rent out this room and they would just like show 2 hours of Muppet clips and do Muppet trivia that sort of inspired this show. And also there was Muppet drink specials like the Fozzie Navel and the First Mate Piggy. And those would be different drink specials themed after what they were doing. I definitely had a drink called the Frazzle once. But yeah, they were amazing, but they took a lot of time to plan and schedule and all of those things. So Joe and Ryan don't really do them anymore, but in 2014 they did. And speaking of guests, here's what's really important. I was there. But even more important, Matt Vogel and Eric Jacobson were there. And Matt Vogel and Eric Jacobson gave a full running commentary over Muppets Most Wanted. The commentary that does not exist on the home video release of Muppets Most Wanted, because this movie has no commentary track, but that existed for one night only in this form. Later, Tough Pigs would post these insights on their website. And now, in theory, we can all read it and learn the secrets that we most wanted. Even if you haven't read their notes, you'll still be able to play this round, which we call Secrets of the Muppets. Inspired by Matt and Eric's commentary, you guys will be asked questions about the making of Muppets Most Wanted. Each of these questions is going to be worth 2 points. Again, Buzz in to answer, but wait until I've finished so folks at home can play along. Let's open the vault. Question 1. While the movie takes place all over Europe, Muppet performers only recorded in which European country? David?
England.
England, correct. They have a long history of performing there. Question 2. Which Muppet performer also appears in person as one of the Gulag prisoners? David?
Steve Whitmire.
It is Steve Whitmire. He's performing Kermit when they're lifting him up. You can see him holding Kermit so he can move his head. Question 3. The scene where Kermit goes for a walk by the foggy canal is a tribute to which classic noir movie? David?
The Third Man.
It is The Third Man.
Guess who read this commentary twice in the last day?
Dang. Guess who didn't?
Question 4. The performers mentioned that in the original draft, there was a running gag that was almost entirely removed from the released version and only somewhat present in the extended cut. In this gag, every time Constantine sees Scooter, he... David?
He flips him over.
He flips him over.
That's good.
Question 5. When Constantine paints over his mole, there's actually a simple practical trick to remove it without using paint. The Constantine puppet is rigged with... David?
A magnet.
A magnet. He has magnetic hands. Question 6. How many bull puppets were used in the indoor running of the bulls scene? David?
1.
1. David, who performed that bull?
Oh, I have no idea. Was it Bill Beretta?
It was not Bill Beretta. Good guess. Julia, a guess?
Oh, Peter Linz.
Close. It was Tyler Bunch.
Aw.
Constantine's bomb collection was originally filmed as a collection of what? David?
Guns.
Guns.
Whoa.
Yeah.
They CGI'd it out because they realized that was like a little much.
It's so
Yeah.
bizarre that they even wrote that in the first place. Like, bombs feel so much more obviously funny. And also, he uses a bomb at the beginning of the movie to blow up the gulag and escape. So, like, it makes more sense, and it's funnier, and it has more to do with the Muppets, who literally have whole characters themed around bombs.
Yeah.
But they were like, no, it's his gun collection. At the end of the original script, what happens to the Muppets? David?
So they're two cut endings, so I'm not sure which one you're talking about. So I guess the ending originally they got arrested, and that's why they ended up at the gulag to do together again.
Correct. That's what I was looking for. What is the other ending you were thinking of?
At the church, originally there was a different finale song called, I think it was called We Did It, and each Muppet had a line, and they went down the line, each doing their line, and when it got to Piggy's line, she wasn't there to sing it. That's when they realized that Constantine had taken her off to the helicopter, and so there was a false ending, and then the movie continued.
Question 9. Matt and Eric both share the same favorite joke when Jean-Pierre Napoleon speculates that the comedian bear is planning on stealing... Julia?
The Tower of London.
The Tower of London. Question 10. Eric speculated that Robin may not have appeared in The Muppets 2011 for 2 reasons. Name one of his guesses, which are probably your guesses as well. David? Give me one.
Okay, because the film allegedly took place 20 years after the Muppet Show, why would Robin not have aged?
That's one. Julia, can you name the other? If not, we'll go back to David because you buzzed in at basically the same time.
Yeah, and I didn't know. I don't know if I actually had like a good guess. I was gonna say something to do with Jerry Nelson's passing, but he had passed a couple years before that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
David, do you know the other guess?
Yeah, they thought it would be cruel for Kermit to have abandoned his nephew in a way that's different than him abandoning his friends.
I don't know.
I mean, sure,
but also it was cruel for him to abandon his friends.
Right.
I mean, so
his like chosen family.
yeah.
I mean, also, I don't remember if it was in this interview or in a different one where Robin's appearance in this film was more or less unplanned. Do you know this story?
I didn't have this written down.
Yeah, so the joke where it was originally just Rizzo, but they happened to have the Robin puppet on the set that day because and I guess Robin is Ricky Gervais's favorite Muppet.
That is true.
And so they just
somehow I know that fact.
Yeah, so in the moment they decided to add Robin into the scene, even though he was not originally written for it.
Love that my mind is literally so full of Muppet trivia that I know that a comedian whom I dislike, his favorite Muppet is Robin. All right. Well, speaking of me knowing too much trivia, let's move into our Stump the Host game, the Anything in the World prize game. Oh, okay. Well, let me wait for the freight train to pass my apartment. It's always like at this time. It's almost like they run the trains on a schedule or something. Here, you can ask me any question you want about Muppets Most Wanted. If you stump me, you will earn 10 points. Let's start with Julia. Julia, do you have a question for me?
Sure. So at the start of the film, Dominic, bad guy or bad G, depending on how I would say bad guy, quite honestly, says he's inundated with offers of management at the moment, trying to convince the Muppets to take him on as a manager. Who are the 3 acts that he lists that are asking him?
Oh, that's right. They're acts that he could list. That's the very good deadpan joke where he's just like,
there are 3 of them.
Beyonce, the Jonas Brothers, and I'm trying to think about who was popular in 2014.
I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't say 2 of these are popular.
Well, that tells me that I probably got this wrong already. Beyonce, the Jonas Brothers, and Hannah Montana.
I think you're also thinking like Hannah Montana and Jonas Brothers were like the kind of mid to late like aughts.
Yeah, I think I'm
when
too
I was
late.
when I was still in high school. So he lists One Direction, U2, and Circus Soleil. I can't say it, but that.
Okay,
yeah.
So I got them all wrong. And you're right. I think One Direction was probably the only one of those things that was actually popular in 2014.
Yeah, they were kind of like the new Jonas
always
Brothers.
Popular.
That's true. It is always popular. You don't hear about it as much.
It just always exists is probably the better option. Like,
it's always touring.
Exactly. It's always touring, but I'm not sure that anyone is like, you gotta like go hear what Cirque du Soleil is doing right now in the same way that it's like, have you heard the new Lizzo album yet? Like it's not the same. But yeah, Julia, you absolutely stumped me. So you have earned 10 points. David, do you have a question for me?
Yeah, I want to give you an option because I brought 2 questions, and one is about people who worked on screen and one is about people who worked behind the scenes, and you can tell me which one you'd prefer.
I'm not sure. You know, I can flip a coin if you'd like. If it's heads, I will go with people on screen. Well, it landed somewhere.
On its side.
If it's heads, okay, people on screen.
Okay. In the opening number, there is a sequence that is sort of a tribute to the Great Muppet Caper where we see some water ballet happening. What is the name of the water ballet troupe that performs?
I assume
Wow.
you're not going to accept the Flying Zucchini Brothers.
No, because they are the aerial troop.
Yes. I do not know the answer to that question either, David.
It is the Aquabatics with an X.
As opposed to
With a CS.
post-ska band, the Aquabats.
Exactly.
David, while I'm looking for the coin that I dropped between my desk and my bookshelf, why don't you want to ask the other question just for no points, but
Sure.
just because when else are you going to use that question?
Sure. So Muppets Most Wanted did not garner a lot of awards for the film. However, it did win 2 Golden Trailer Awards for the advertising for the film. And I'm wondering if you know the name of the advertising agency that received those awards for their work on Muppets Most Wanted.
There's only 2 ad agencies I know, and one is the one that employs Don Draper, and the other one is the one that employs Bill, Jill, Gil, and Phil. So if it isn't one of those, I don't know the answer.
It is not. It is Buddha Jones.
All right. Both fair questions.
Apparently, you did not comb the IMDb page the way that I did to prep for this episode.
So here's something funny. When I'm doing these, I have literally never thought to look at IMDb. That is the first time that you're saying that I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I could use IMDb to help me write some of these questions. I watch it again. I look at old Tough Pigs articles. I look at old Muppet Wiki articles. If I happen to own any, like for older stuff where they would write books about it, obviously there is no Muppets Most Wanted behind the scenes book, but like.
Well, but there is the Muppets Character Encyclopedia, which was a tie-in to this.
That's true, but like I'll read books, but like I have literally never thought to check IMDb, which is
there you go.
kind of funny because obviously it's the website people use. Well, now we're going to move into our final round, even though I have not found the coin that I dropped behind my desk. But we're going to move into the final round, which we call Say the Word. As you know, in this round, you can wager any amount of points. The winner gets the points that they wager. The loser loses the points that they wager. Let's check the scores so you know how many points you could potentially wager. David, you have currently 53 points. Julia, you have currently, I'm sorry, David, you have 30. You have, David, you currently have 63 points. I forgot to add the 10 points from the end there. Julia, you currently have 51 points. Unfortunately, David pulled far ahead during that last round.
Yeah, I think I knew 3 answers and I only got one of them. So, you know.
63 and 51?
63 and 51.
Okay, I need to do a little math to figure out my wager.
So here's your question. As we established earlier, during the extended version of I Can Get You What You Want, Constantine offers Miss Piggy a Hollywood star. If you look closely, it isn't her Hollywood star, but one belonging to a former Muppet Show guest star who also cameoed in a previous Muppet movie. Whose Hollywood star does Constantine offer to Miss Piggy?
So we're sending you a wager and...
Send me a wager and your answer. And again, you're just sending it to me so that your opponent doesn't see. All right. So you each answered a different former Muppet Show guest from a former Muppet movie. Julia, you wagered 1 point. Who did you guess?
I guessed Steve Martin because I wasn't sure.
David, you wagered all of your points.
Oh,
Who did you guess?
I guessed, and it's not a guess because I know for sure
Oh,
it's
cool.
Milton Berle.
It is Uncle Milty himself, Milton Berle.
Oh, the way my face lit up when you asked that question, I was like, oh, this is actually a thing I remembered.
Yeah, I could tell when I asked it. I'm like, David knows. David knows. And so our winner and today's toughest pig is David. David, that's 2 for 2.
I am ready for the inevitable Hubba Tournament of Champions.
Yeah, no, I gotta start planning that. You'll all probably lose to Shane, let's be honest.
True.
Anyway, you win your choice of the Crown Jewels of London or this magnet of Constantine.
Aw.
Oh, I love it. I love the magnet.
Okay, well, that's good because you were going to have to get the crown jewels yourself. I can't mail them to you, so you were going to have to go there and ask for them.
Well, luckily, I've just watched a documentary about the best way to steal them.
Yeah, the best way is to hire babies.
Some creepy babies.
Can't believe I didn't get a question in here about the babies.
I was surprised. I counted how many babies there were when I was watching it, although I also then immediately forgot. But I thought there was going to be a Bobby Benson question.
There should have been. That is still like, it's funny because you watch that if you've ever watched this movie with people who don't know the Muppets well, all they can do is say, those babies are horrifying. And then like, you have to explain to them, like it's me sitting on the couch with my fiance being like, those were recurring characters on the Muppet Show, like appeared many times a season. Like,
yeah. Every time they pop up in something and I'm watching it with my boyfriend, I'm like, Bobby Benson stole those babies. He definitely did.
Yes, almost definitely.
Oh yeah. And yet the babies that were the only good sketch on all of Muppets Now was Seth Rogen and those babies.
That is true. I forgot about that.
I guess props to the creepy baby dolls and puppets.
Well, that brings us to the end of another one. So guests, where can people find you if you wish to be found? Let's start with Julia.
Y'all can find me on most social media at Geek Girl Grown Up, where I rant about pop culture or share poetry or articles. And then I also write for Tough Pigs a handful of times a year.
And you were recently on our other podcast,
I was.
Moving Right Along.
Yes, I was the last guest for their previous season, and then I was the first guest for this one where they're doing Muppet Christmas Carol in the middle of summer.
Yeah, don't worry. I already have a Thanksgiving episode coming out in the middle of the summer as well.
Yeah.
So get ready for
Good.
that. And David, where can people find you?
You can find me as an individual on most social media as It's D Levy. And you can find me on the Muppeturgy podcast, which also exists on social media as Muppeturgy.
That's right. And you guys just started season 3 of The Muppet Show,
Yeah.
AKA the good season of The Muppet Show.
Which is exciting because we really enjoyed seasons 1 and 2. So we're having a great time. We're recording a few weeks ahead of what we're releasing. So we're into the good stuff.
You're at a good run right now. I know you when we're recording this, you just released the episode with
Gilda Radner.
Gilda Radner, thank you.
Which means Pearl Bailey is next week, which we are just over the moon about.
And then after that already Harry Belafonte?
Then there's Gene Stapleton, and then there's Alice Cooper, and
I mean that's
but
still
again,
good
it's like good stuff. Like,
well, either way, you can of course find Tough Pigs at toughpigs.com or at Tough Pigs on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And hey, if you like our work, consider donating to the Tough Pigs Patreon, where you can get even more exclusive free stuff. Also, and I've always got to be plugging, we do have Tough Pigs t-shirts for sale, which include a Hubba t-shirt, if you want to let people know that you have very normal taste in podcasts. I'd like to thank some other people for helping out. Of course, both of our guests. Thank you both for being here. I'd like to thank myself because it's important to take pride in your work. I'd like to thank myself for writing, producing, and editing the show. Thank you to Stacey Rosen for writing the theme music for this show. Thanks to Richard Gomez for doing some new artwork for the show.
Ooh.
Thanks to Joe Hennis, the Tough Pigs Muppet Fan Podcast executive producer. And thanks to Jean-Pierre Napoleon and Sam the Eagle for... Wait. No, they do absolutely nothing to advance the plot of Muppets Most Wanted. No thanks to them. And lastly, thanks to all of you at home for being with us on Hubba, the Muppet Quiz Show. And as always, Muppets Most Wanted is good. Reviewers at most major newspapers are just mean. Good night, everyone.
Hi, I'm Connor. And Constantine, what does it feel like for everyone to hate you?
To be a bad guy, it's such a tough question to answer. There is part of me that kind of enjoy being the bad guy and enjoy being hated. You know, I was written that way. So what can I say?
Lady Gaga did a song about that.
Oh, yes.
I was written that way?
Yes, that is right.